today we're going to be taking a look at the new Hourglass color sticks. I'm not sure what they're calling them actually. And we're going to compare them to the Victoria Beckham. We're just going to compare one of them. So I recently got 3 Victoria Beckham colors, and I just received last night the Hourglass 3 colors. I was going to get 2. But a little thing about these, I need to tell you. The color I love the most is bronze, and the first time I put it on, I already had eyeshadow on, which I mentioned in the video. The second time I put it on, I think was when I did it for you, and I used all these shades together to put together a beautiful look. I'm going to post that video right here. Then I used it all by itself for at least 2 videos, which you haven't seen yet, or one you did, the Will I Buy It, and it turned kind of coppery pink on me, and it did it very, very fast. It didn't do it on my hand, but it did do it on my eyelids. So I tried it a couple of times, just making sure my eyelids were completely, not completely, I didn't go in with micellar water, but really kind of wiped, made sure there wasn't any sunscreen or moisturizer or concealer on my lids, and it still did it. So there's something about this color, the bronze color in the Victoria Beckham, that turns on my eyes if I use it just by itself. So I was going to get 2 of the Hourglass, but I decided I'm going to get their bronze as well to see how they compare and how they work. And I did play with these last night, and it didn't turn colors. And I didn't have, oh, you know what? I think I did have something on my lids. I don't remember. Did I? I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about both of them. So the colors I got were Equinox, which they are saying is a warm taupe, Prism, cool rose gold, and Solstice, warm bronze. So this is the bronze in the Victoria Beckham. This is the bronze in Hourglass, which is called Solstice. This is the warm taupe, which is called Equinox, and this is the cool rose gold, which is called Prism. Now what was so interesting is the color changes depending on how the light is hitting it. So I was looking down like this all day yesterday saying there's a lot of warmth to this shade. It's not quite right. And this shade is not as dark as this one. And I want to compare to one more thing. This is the Sisley Eclat Liquid. And this has been my one and done since I bought it last summer. And I'm not sure how much I have left. And I just want to do a swatch so we can see how all these colors compare. They all, I feel, work together very nicely. And that's right there. So this is actually closer to the Hourglass than to the Equinox. So I kind of wanted to show you 2 looks, but I'm not sure my eyelids will be up for it, so I might just do a mishmash. I will say, as I'm working on these, let's just do that. I'm going to go in with the bronzy one, which is Solstice. I will say that these feel creamier when I put them on, but they dry exactly the same. So after 5 minutes or so, they're dried down, and they seem to wear just the same. At least they do on my hands. And this one is lighter, as I mentioned. And as such, I don't know, maybe this would make a better color to use on a daily basis. I like them both, but this one so far doesn't turn colors. So this is Solstice, and now let's do Equinox on the other one. And this one, they're saying is a taupe, which on my hands, when I'm looking down, I see just gold. But as you saw when I did the swatches, it changes colors depending on what angle you are approaching it. Wait a minute. Wrong color. You guys, I can't find my magnifying glass that I used to keep in this room. This is the rose gold one. And usually I like the idea of the rose gold, the pinky things, but they don't actually work very well on me. But you know what? This is a very, very pretty one. I think it's possible I'm getting sick, you guys, because I'm sweating. And I have the door wide open and it's cold. I am just going to go into this color. This is the Westman Atelier Pod that I'm deeply in love with. It's limited edition. I will link it down below. You can still get it at one store because I go on with this color all the time as well as a one and done. So obviously this is kind of my jam. And now I'm going to go over that with, this is the one that they're saying is taupe. And to me, it doesn't really look taupe, it looks gold. So that's this color right here, and it just depends. See, when there's no light reflecting directly on it, it is taupe. It's very strange. When I looked online, I thought I was going to get something very different than what this was. Not that I don't like it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. And that's that color. And this is this color. And now I'm going to put together a little bit of a look, and I am going to go in with the bronze from Victoria Beckham. I also say that this feels a lot lighter than this packaging, a little bit cheap feeling, although the price I think is pretty much the same, and this has a little bit more heft to it. I tried this last night. When I use the bronze color on top of this, it doesn't turn. So because it's darker, I'm just going to do like a full eye look here. I'm just going to do a little bit of a deepening up, but I think I'm going to go more for a rounded look instead of pulling it out. And I'm going to be very careful. Just want these two colors to kind of relate to each other. And I think these colors really work nicely together. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here, even though the colors are different. Huh. Okay. Now I'm going in with their bronze color, and I'm going to put it right next to the Beckham, because I just kind of want the looks to look like they relate to each other. And then I'm going to go back in with this one and put that, I guess, right here. So I'll have that warm taupe, and then I will have the Solstice, and then I will have the Beckham. But it's looking, I think, a little bit different on this one. And then for the rose, I'm going to go high, you guys. I do find that, to me, the Beckham has more shine to it by a little bit. But altogether, I have 4 colors on my lids, and I am not upset about it. I'm just going to do my brows and do some blush and do some lips and come back with a final look for you. Okay, now I'm just going to do one thing that, if you've been here before, you know I really don't like to do because I have so much junk under my eyes. But I'm taking the color that is the warm taupe, which is Solstice. No, it's Equinox. And I'm going to do a little underneath. And just tap. I did a look similar to this last night, and I have to say, I really liked it. I thought, even though I brought up my eyeshadow pretty high, I can see myself using this kind of look during the day, because I don't know why this would work during the day, but I feel that it does. Now I'm going to do a little bit with the waterline. Make sure my finger is clean. . 'Clean. 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 don't know, just for fun. And that's it. This is my final look, you guys. So what do I think? I think their behavior is exactly the same. They feel a little bit different. This feels a little bit more drier, and this feels a little bit more creamy. But once they dry down, they both just don't come off. They don't crease, they stay where they are. This bronze color, which is Solstice, this did not turn colors when I wore it yesterday. I will let you know. I'll leave a pinned comment in a couple of days because I'll try it a few more times to see if it did change color. And look, on you, these might not have changed colors. It could be just my lids are super, super sensitive. I also feel like the one from Hourglass is closer in shade to this one, which is right here. So this is Beckham, and this is Hourglass, and this one is the Sisley. And this, you guys, I have used so much, both on camera and in real life. And it was this one that kind of, it's the powder version I've been doing lately. Let me swatch those right next. And I love this one too. So that's right here. So when I go like this, I'd say this one and this one, the Sisley, pretty close. And all three of them are closer to the one from Hourglass than the one from Victoria Beckham. I love the one from Victoria Beckham. I like the darker one. And honestly, I'm not going to return it because I know that it works well with others. It's just on its own, it's a little bit problematic on me. And I like having that variation of having something darker. See, right here, it hasn't turned color. But for some reason, on its own, on my skin, it turns color. And you guys, that is going to be it. I think they're about the same price. I think it's just about, you know, do you have loyalty to either company, or is it about colors? Because, well, I just told you what the color differences are, and I told you why I'm keeping the darker one in here, because I like to have that variation so I can do a whole eye look that is, you know, sticks. And I think it's really, really pretty. I like this eye better, but this eye, you know, I have my tear duct gland pops out there, so it's hard to apply there. Yeah. My foundation is part of a 3-day wear test, you guys, that is coming up very soon. If you're wondering what is on my face, that's it. Well, I'll tell you, it's the new Jane Iredale. And, you know, be up in about 3 or 4 days. And yeah. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.